Hi, my name is Jordan Radke. I'm the Assistant Director of the Collaborative for Community Engagement. And this little video is meant to serve as a brief introduction into the features of Summit that can help you as a leader of a CCE student organization. So the first question is, what is Summit? Summit is a tool that will help you recruit new members, communicate with members, share a group calendar, publicize events and community engagement programs, and easily document your group's engagement hours. How to use Summit to recruit new members. Students who are members of your organization on Summit essentially are on your group listserv and have access to your group calendar. Students can become members of organizations that are categorized as open at any time by clicking the Join Now button on the CCE website or on Summit. For organizations that are categorized as closed, perhaps they require a background check or ask that students join during certain times of the year, students can request info to find out more about the organization. This email would be directly emailed to one of the leaders of your student organization. In this case, student leaders can add members, either by adding them individually or by emailing students a personal link. Using Summit to communicate with members. This is your student home on Summit. For everything related to your role as a leader of a student organization, click the Dashboard tab on the left-hand side. Everything in the green box is an action, things you can do. The buttons in the left-hand column are to edit or view things that already exist. More buttons will appear the more you use Summit. This bottom box includes core features and settings. Click here to email members of your organization. Members can unsubscribe from certain types of messages, but not others. So you can send essential messages one way, and less essential messages another way, which is kind of cool because it allows members some control over how much email they get and allows you to prioritize. Using Summit to share a group calendar. Community engagement activities and events. So what's the difference between meetings, events, and community engagement? Member meetings are geared towards CC students, often planning or preparing for engaged programming. For example, GlobeMed member meetings. Community engagement activities are the regularly scheduled community engaged work of your group. For example, perhaps your group does tutoring sessions each week. Events are a non-recurring activity that engages with the community or social environmental issues. For example, the Harvest Banquet. Events are a little different in that they require approval from your advisor before they go up on the calendar. This structure is just meant to facilitate communication between you and your advisor. Essentially, they'll receive an email with all of your plans for the events, and then they can review the details to offer suggestions, resources, and identify any gaps in the plan. If everything looks good, it'll go up on the calendar. The benefit to adding things to your group calendar is that all members can then easily see what's going on by going to the Calendar tab on your group's page. Even better, members can subscribe to the calendar to add it directly to their computer or phone. To add it to a phone calendar, just visit the Summit site from your phone. So this will add a calendar that you can click on or off, like an iCal calendar, an Outlook calendar, and allows you to very easily see what's happening for your group without getting a ton of emails or messages. Another great communication tool is that once you've added things to the group calendar, you can then set recurring reminders to go out to members before events or meetings. So you never have to worry about having to send reminder emails again. Just set them to send in advance. Note that you can edit the reminder email by clicking the Customize link. Often you'll be sending these reminders to all members of your group. But if you only want these reminders to go out to some members of the group, you can also set it to send the reminder email to participants. This is for events and community engagement activities. Member meeting reminders will always go out to the entire group. In this case, you would need to add participants to the activity or event by selecting group members here. Anybody added to this list will now receive reminder emails. If you choose to use this feature, you can also have the option to send emails specifically to participants of an event or program. So a couple of slides ago, I showed you where you can email all of the members of a group. But if you click that email link, it'll take you here, and you also can send emails to people who have registered for specific items. So this might be a good feature to use if you have a group of core members who attend most of your organization's activities, and then a larger group who attend a few, and you want to send different messages to different groups. So for example, if you have 5 people who consistently tutor for your organization, you can add them as participants of tutoring, and then you can email them directly. But you might have a much wider group of students who attend maybe some kind of signature event or go every once in a while, and sometimes you want to include them in those messages. When you add things to the calendar, you can set it to recur weekly if it's an ongoing activity by clicking that little recurrence button. For block breaks and weeks where the schedule is not regular, just click on a date to the calendar to add it or remove those days from the recurrence. So you just select those green dates right there to take them off of the calendar, which might be a good option for things like block breaks. Note that for these features to work correctly, you have to answer the questions of the form in order. Using Summit to publicize events and community engagement programs. Marking an event as public means it will show up on our website. This is a great way to advertise your event and ensures the CCE staff know about the event so we can promote it. We're going to be advertising this calendar broadly to the campus community. This also will be the main way that we're going to share information to our Community Engaged Scholars program, so it's a great way to get the word out. Your members and you can also easily subscribe to the CCE calendar. This is a great way to ensure that you're in the loop for all engagement opportunities and related events on campus. Using Summit to easily document your group's engagement hours. Click here to easily log group hours for your organization. We hope that keeping track of hours will help you by helping your group apply for funding, helping you tell the impact of your organization, including on applications and resumes, and helping your members build portfolios. As leaders, you can input the hours of the activity and then select which group members attended. You first choose whether everyone contributed the same amount of hours or different amounts of hours. And then you select who attended from your member list. For the 2016-2017 school year, the CCE will be offering $200 to the group that logs the most number of hours per active member. So that's the most average hours. This money can be spent on anything that benefits the entire group, even a fun social event like a retreat or a dinner. Frequently asked questions. How do I add members if my group is closed? First, click here to manage your member list. Then go to the Members tab. You can also mass add members. If you click that button, this box will pop up. Notice that you can simply email this link to specific people or a large group of people to give them access to join the group. How do I change whether my group is open or closed? Click on Student Group Setup, then scroll down to the Demographics section and change the setting to what you prefer for your group. If my group is closed, how do I change who receives requests for information? Again, click on Student Group Setup, then scroll down to Contact Information and edit the group email address. We really hope that you find Summit to be a useful tool. If you have any questions or feature requests, please feel free to email me, Jordan Radke, the Assistant Director of the Collaborative for Community Engagement, at jradke@coloradocollege.edu.